I got bigger headphones since last time, if
Yeah,
anyone like comparing.
you look good. You look good. So what's been going on? It's been a little while. I think like maybe a year or more since we heard from you. So what's new in your life before we get into the core update of like your sort of your site and what's been going on?
It's been a great year for me. So the last interview we had, I just returned to my home country, which is Denmark. I returned from China. Funnily enough, it was just before. I don't know if you want to say this thing that's going on. Is
Sure.
fine. Okay, so the pandemic, of course, the corona pandemic. I just got back just before that, which was a coincidence. So there's no connection there, and I got a new apartment and a new job, and I've been settling in now, and everything is great. So
Very cool. So you started like practicing law and that's keeping you busy, I bet.
yes, it's very busy. So I work in a big law firm, and I'm working on this big case, which is huge, really, really, really big. So
That's cool. Congrats. Living the dream, living the dream there.
yes,
So last time you were on, I think you had just hit about $1,000 per month, roughly, and things have shifted. So, kind of give us a little update where you are right now, and then we're gonna walk through, all the details that along the way.
okay, yeah. So last time, which was probably in January, yeah, if I remember correctly. So that was a that was a great month. I had October, December. I was making for October a little bit less than $1,000, and December more than $1,000. So I was very happy about that because that was the first time my site was making what I would call real money. Before that, I never got above 500 per month. But then in January, it quickly went downhill from there. And of course, there was an element of, I think, the retail season sort of normalizing the traffic, but there was also an algorithm update in January, and it destroyed my traffic. So it just went downhill from there. And right now, I think my site is only making about $100 per month. So
Okay. And do you remember just how you felt when you saw the traffic was a fraction of what it was, probably just days or weeks before?
it didn't feel nice, of course, but I know these things are volatile, so it's not like Actually, I was not that sad as you might think, but what it did eventually lead to is I finally decided that I had to try something else. I had to try another niche. I had to try another site, which it took me a while to come to that decision. But I think it was maybe May or June. I started researching other niches, and I have a site that's about four months old now, which I've been working on, and I just let my old site, you know, yeah, I haven't touched it basically. I haven't touched it. There's no motivation to touch it.
Got it.
So
Okay. And,
it's
and
doing its thing and bringing about $100 per month, mostly through ads and
okay.
a little bit of Amazon and a little bit of other affiliate uh, programs.
And do you remember like how much traffic were you getting, say, sort of at the height in December, January timeframe? And then what is it now if you happen to
Yeah,
be able to estimate?
I think it was around between 15 and 20,000 views per month or visitors per month, and now I think it's 2 or 3,000, something like that. So how does that make roughly like 20% or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. And then when did you get your job and start working full time?
in February.
Okay.
So from then on, of course, I didn't have that much time, but you can always find some time. I think the lesson, if someone should learn from what I have learned, I also heard other people talk about that. You really have to uh, manage your time well, and you have to break down all your tasks in small bits that sort of feel can feel like a 45 minutes time slot, which is maybe sometimes that's all you have on one day.
Right.
So that's how I've managed.
Okay. And I'm kind of, I'm putting the whole context together. You got back from China, you got a job and you're busy, right? So I could see like the priorities are going to be much different from, if you, let's say you were me and you were doing this full time for a few years, I probably would have had the time and placed it at a priority where I got obsessed with like either figuring out what went wrong or shifting or pivoting or something like that. But you were starting a new job, which would take pretty much all your time. Obviously, being a lawyer is demanding and time consuming, and there's a lot of, um, you know, not necessarily politics, but you have like corporate stuff that you need to do, whether someone describes it as politics or not. But there's a lot of stuff involved. So is that, am I overestimating the importance of that, or
No,
okay?
you're not.
So you got a
But it's
job.
also very
Yeah.
stimulating.
Yeah.
It's very stimulating. It's fun. Part of the story is that I've been doing a lot of other stuff when I was in China and actually getting back to other people who have the same educational background as me and are, I don't know, have some similar ambition, level of ambition like me. It's fun. So
Yeah.